Hello, it is Tempest Willow and Merry Meet. I thought I'd start week 4 off a little bit differently. Yes, week 4 for Buckland and for Roderick's Year in a Day they're quite different where I'm at in the lessons. But the basis of what I've been learning has been about the god and the goddess, the divine, the history of Wicca and witchcraft and paganism, the moon and its phases, sabbats, the major ones, ritual, some of the tools, and where I'm at right now in Timothy Roderick's is where I've been learning about the maiden, the mother, and the crone, and trying to find my goddess. I am pulled towards the green man, but I am pulled a little bit towards Hecate. I'm not sure. People pronounce it so differently. All these Danu, Bridget. There's a number of goddesses that I feel a little pulled towards. Morgan Le Fay. And I thought I'd study up on goddesses. Well, I came across these are called goddess knowledge cards. The paintings are by Susan Seddon Boulay, and the text is by Michael Babcock. I think I said that right. I'm sorry if I butchered it. The cards have really pretty pictures, and then they have information on the back. Like this one is about the triple goddess. And this one is Artemis. This one is Venus. This one is the Lady of the Lake. This one is Athena. This one is Gaia. Rhiannon. Morgan Le Fay. Hera. Attain. As you can see though, the pictures are very pretty. Now I just got these in. Amy Zerner and Monty Farber's. These are called Gifts of the Goddess. They're 36 affirmation cards, and they have artwork on them and information. Let's see. It has a little booklet that comes with it. I just got these in the mail this morning, so it's kind of like a little bit of a haul. This one is called I Experience My Emotions and Channel Them into Useful Actions. And on the back of the card, it says Goddess of Courage. Use this gift when passions flare or strong feelings threaten to overwhelm logic and practicality. Experience emotions honestly as they arise. Do not suppress them. Negative emotions will subside over time in the light of reason and compassion for yourself and others. What you are passionate about can show you ways to change your life. That wasn't the card that I pulled for today. The card that I actually pulled for today out of here when I very first started was about fear. And it resonated with me. Actually, yeah, I use my fears as signs that guide and protect me. That was the affirmation card I actually pulled for today when I very first went through and looked at these. So like I said, I just got them in this morning. I also got Amy Zerner and Monty Farber's The Oracle of the Goddess cards. It's the book and the card set. This is a really pretty. I have their Enchanted Tarot deck. It was my very first tarot deck. These cards are color coded, and the book is very pretty. So I'm going to start with that. I've never used an oracle deck. This is the Enchanted Tarot book, and these are the cards. I got these in the 90s. They were my first deck, and I love the way that they look. I never used the things at the bottom of the enchantment until lately. So now that I've been pulling one card every day to learn. differently, to looking at the cards differently than what I used to. And I have a beginner's tarot kit which is like the Rider Waite. They're the smaller cards. They're not nearly as big as these. So I have put out the call to find my goddess and to learn more about the goddess, the triple goddess, the goddesses, and where I guess my path is taking me and what resonates within me. The more that I learn, the more that I realize I have no idea. Coming from a very intuitive background with some psychic ability, I never really thought about my intent. And this learning curve is like, so I'm glad that I am doing the year and the day. I feel so lost sometimes. I just, I'm trying to learn about herbs and trying to figure out where the best place to get them is. I went to the grocery store Sunday morning and I got some allspice and a few other herbs that I could find in the grocery store. I've been to different grocery stores, and every time I go to the grocery store, pick up one or two. I have some dill. I have some rosemary. I need to get some more rosemary. I want to find some lavender. I'm going to order some herbs from online, some more, and I am going through and, looking at the list that Mr. Roderick has in there and picking and choosing ones that are on his list, as well as some of the other ones that I see that people use a lot, and videos that people talk about herbs, herbology, and stuff like that. And I'm learning pretty much all of the tools, but I don't have very many herbs, so I'm still working on that. I do have quite a few now that are available, like I said, at, supermarkets that are nearby, and I'm still looking. I watched a video over the weekend and found out that they do have black salt at TJ Maxx. Most TJ Maxx carries, so I will be looking at TJ Maxx this coming weekend to see what else they have and see if I can find black salt at my TJ Maxx. Like I said, I am studying. I'm trying to learn something new every day. I'm participating in with diversity, and I'm reading up about all different kinds of things. But I'm still like, this is the divination. So I'm still concentrating, trying to learn at least 1 to 3 or 4 things new every day, not including what I'm learning in the books, in the Big Blue by Buckland and the Wiccan Year and a Day by Timothy Roderick. I'm trying to learn, a new thing every day. Like I said, I pull one card for the tarot every day and study it, read about it, do the enchantment, and then now I will be pulling an oracle card every day and learning more. And I have been practicing on my intent and grounding and those kinds of things. I think it's very important. I've been practicing meditation. I've also been studying different types of Wicca, looking up just information about paganism and Wicca and witchcraft, hedge witches, that kind of thing. All different kinds of things I've been looking up. And as I find something and I don't know what it is, I write it down and then I do a little research on it so I know what somebody was talking about, so I understand what it is they meant. And a lot of this you can't just do with books. You have to kind of do actual practice. So I have been going out in the yard more. Yesterday evening, Sunday evening, since it was Mabon weekend, and Mabon is, well, the equinox, this is Wednesday coming? Yeah, it's coming Wednesday. I spent a lot of time outdoors on Sunday. I watered my roses and my plants. I checked on the plants in the house. I went through the yard and did a little weeding through my rose garden and through, I'm trying to figure out where I want to, like I said, plant my herbs, and I need to separate the mint from everything else. I need to figure out what else I'm going to do, like where I can find seeds, when's the best time to plant certain things, because we are entering fall, and although I live in South Carolina and it stays warm here until, whew, probably, it doesn't actually get cold until December or January. Sometimes we have a lot of humidity here, but it does get cold at night, and I'm sure that my cold and somebody who lives up north or in another country, their cold and my cold, not the same thing. I have been up north with my husband, driving, when he drives a truck, and we have been to Maryland and to Ohio and places that get a ton of snow, Kentucky and West Virginia, and I've seen what it looks like there, and then come back home and we still have some green and snow is not here. We don't get snow very often. We do get it, but we don't get it very often where I got to do some more research on things like that. But I am learning and trying to figure out what best, because come the spring, I will be planting an actual bigger garden. I will plant herbs and vegetables and things like that. But yeah, so I'm really excited about all the changes in my life. And I have been paying attention to a lot of the videos about the different celebrations for the Sabbats and the Esbats. I am so intrigued about, like, Pagan Pride Day and some of the things like that. We don't have any of those kinds of things where I live. The closest place that has like a metaphysical shop is probably about an hour away. My husband and I talked about my spiritual path, and he is supportive, and I talked to my daughter over the weekend about it, and she is supportive. She's like, Mom, you've always been a hippie. You've always been different. It doesn't surprise me. She said, but what does surprise me is that, in your memory, there are certain smells and certain things that can trigger a memory, and since I've been using incense and some of the candles, some of the smells have brought back memories of my grandmother. And I know I mentioned this before, but it's really interesting that those smells have brought back such memories. And when my daughter and I were talking about it, I said I called my aunt. My aunt has not called me back yet. I'm going to try her again, but my grandmother and my aunt, they have always collected like stones and rocks and burned incense and had candles. As a matter of fact, the agate that you see the tea light burning in over here, my aunt gave me. So I am doing a little bit of family research too, and as I go, I'm learning new things every day, and I'm really excited about where the path has taken me so far. And if you have any suggestions about any websites or Etsy stores or anything that has like really decent herbs that I can order that don't come in these little tiny packets, but blessed be. Thank you.